I'm hitting the brakes, and at the bottom, I hit the brakes really hard to fully actually stop, and the hood just goes, doop. It goes slow motion. It goes. Welcome to It's 420 Somewhere. So we're gonna sit here and talk to you guys about some stuff. We want to talk about reminisce on trucking.
Yeah.
This one's reminiscing on trucking. So I got a joint. I rolled. I think yesterday I rolled this. It's not very big, but it's whatever. It's sativa. It's lemon haze, and I still have some Northern Lights keef that I collected from. I bought an ounce of shake. Got the keef off of it. I made some butter, and I actually made the last batch of brownies. And look how they fucking came out. Oh. So we got our pot brownies, we got our joint, we got some keef. How did they come out like that? They got stuck to the bottom of the pan. I thought it said that you don't, like, it didn't say to grease the bottom of the pan, but I did anyways. And I made it worse. It's stuck.
And it's like all stuck together.
Yeah.
Who wants a brownie?
They're really strong though. You can really taste them.
I'll just take a bite.
No, that whole piece right there should be good for you.
That's too much.
No, it's not. But they really taste like pot. The first batch was a quarter of butter, and this one's 1/3 cup of butter. So it's a good amount more. We really actually kind of miss trucking right now. Just because it's fun to travel the country like that and see new things and wake up in new places. It's really fun. Meet new people. Money's good too. If you can find a place that pays you right.
Most of them do pay right. Some of the ones that pay for your schooling don't pay right.
Yeah, that's kind of the takeaway on the schooling.
We got lucky, honestly, because we almost got screwed. I don't want to get in trouble for saying this.
Just telling the story. It's reminiscing on trucking. We were originally going to sign on to Stevens Transport, and I went to the doctor, and I was honest with the doctor, told him that I had anxiety in the past. I used to be on a prescription for Klonopins, and I'm not on it anymore. And Stevens Transport was not happy about that, so they denied me after sending me already to this school, saying that they're going to pay for the school, and I've already been through almost a week of courses now.
So we were in a hotel room that they were paying for, and we were going to class for a whole week, and then we get back to the hotel after we went and did our, actually I think we were in class that day. We get back to the hotel after class, and they stop us in the lobby and they say, hey, we have an issue with your hotel room. And I'm like, that's weird.
I know they knocked on the door.
Well, no, we were in the lobby.
Oh, that's right. That's when we were signing in for the day.
Yeah, we had to sign in every day. So we were, I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, well, we were in the lobby and we were signing in, and they said, hey, we have a problem with your hotel room. And then like Stevens Transportation is saying that they don't know who you are, which is weird because I've seen you here all week. It's a small hotel. They've seen us and they know us. Actually, we had talked to them almost every day, just being friendly. And she's like, they're saying that they're not going to pay for your hotel. And she gives me the bill. I'm like, we were supposed to. This was supposed to be taken out of. Yeah.
I just quit my job to come here for a month.
Yeah, we were like, this was supposed to be paid by Stevens, and we don't have the money for this. They were supposed to take it out of our paychecks, and now they won't sign us on. And just the way that they did that was just messed up. To just go and say, we don't know who these people are. They need to pay for their own room. Like, that's so shady. And so we went and talked to, luckily, I highly recommend the school, Tampa Truck Driving School. We went and talked to, was he the president?
I don't know what he is now. He wasn't when we were there.
He's now really high up now. I'm not sure what he's doing now, but we went and talked to Sean, and he was like, look, let me just take care of it. You guys finish school. I have a company. I have a company that I can get you on with that's not on our regular list of companies, and it's a team company.
Total Transportation.
Yeah, it was called Total Transportation.
And they were that was actually a really cool thing. They're a
really
great
good company. Really good. Oh, did you roll this in freaking keef? I didn't even watch you do that.
Yeah, be
Is that what you were just doing?
Yeah. So that didn't work out though, total transportation, because we went through their orientation, and mind you, we smoke pot. Obviously, we're smoking pot now, but we smoked pot. We never ever smoked pot while we were trucking at all. And
Not
before
once.
we even attempted to go to schooling for our license, we quit smoking
3 months ahead of time in January.
Ahead of months, yeah.
And at the end of March is whenever we went to Tampa truck driving school. So we were 3 months clean, and while we were in orientation, they said they changed their rules from a pee test to a hair follicle test. And
on top of the pee test.
Yeah, you did both. Well, we both passed the pee test. Only I passed the hair follicle test. Adam did not.
I didn't pass the hair follicle, and I swear I didn't cheat and smoke a month before or something. I was clean for 3 freaking months.
We used this like cleanse. We bought this cleanse. I'll put the link to it right here.
No, we won't, because it's garbage. Nobody wants it.
I want people to know which one not to buy.
Oh, okay.
We'll put the link to it right here. I'm not sure if it just works sometimes and not the other, because it worked for me, and they took they cut from the back of my hair and took a big long piece.
Let me add something to that. I was an everyday smoker, and you were every once in a while.
Yeah.
That's what made the difference.
I think that's what happened. But I passed, and they were about to put me in a truck, and I was like, they told him he failed and that he couldn't work there. And they said it wasn't on his DOT. Right? It wasn't a DOT.
The feds only go by piss.
Yeah, so because he failed the hair follicle, it didn't go against his CDL. But he wasn't allowed to work for
Because I passed the piss test because I was clean.
Mm-hmm.
I had been clean for a long time.
For 3 months. So that put us in a bind. We were in Mississippi at the time. What was it, Jackson, Mississippi?
Yep.
And
drove home that night once they told us that. Because we didn't want them to try to throw the hotel on us. Because they threw us. They put us up in a hotel. They were feeding us every day. It was like a week-long orientation or 2 weeks, something.
It was a week.
It was
5 days.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, so we left that night.
Yep.
Before they could act like Stevens and charge us for the hotel. So we drove back to Florida that night, got there around 5 o'clock in the morning, and then started looking for other truck driving gigs, and that's when we found Panther.
Right the next day.
Panther signed us on. We drove back up to Mississippi, which it wasn't too far from where Total was it?
No, not really.
So we ended up driving back the next weekend up to Mississippi and signing on with Panther, and we went through, Mississippi.
We signed on with Expediter Services.
Expediter Services is what it was. We found Expediter Services, and we chose Panther. That's how we learned about Heather and Jason, Crafty Trucker.
Yeah, because then we started looking into Panther
and
expediting, and that's what they did.
Yep, and so they showed us a lot with just their videos and stuff. We were watching Jade and John too, and because we were originally going, we have our Class A, and we were originally going the 52-foot route and doing a Class A, but then we ended up finding the Class B. It paid just as much. It was a nicer truck.
And no training. That was
and no training. We didn't have to split up. We both just hopped right in a truck.
So we both feel that that was actually
good thing.
Fate or something, because Taylor broke down her second week of trucking with me and was ready to go home, and I talked her through it. And if she was with a random stranger,
I would have quit.
She probably would have went through with it and went home.
Yeah.
But she's glad she didn't.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't. And
we stuck it out
every once in a while you get homesick out there, and some of it does suck, but some of it's great too.
It's just overwhelming sometimes.
It is. A lot of funny stuff happened on our first load.
Oh my God. So we were in Ohio, we got our first load.
And they gave us like an hour to get to, where was it? They gave us an hour to get to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They gave us an hour to get to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we didn't really think twice about it, but we were like, okay. Yeah, it took like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So we were late, and they're like, oh, it's all right, don't let it happen again. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to start making sure that I can absolutely get there. So that was a stupid first mistake. And then Adam starts driving, and
Frickin',
he does his pre-trip.
Yeah, I did my pre-trip. I was a great driver. I did a 30-minute freaking pre-trip. That's what when we first started driving, like we were pre-tripping the shit out of this brand new truck.
It says he did his full 30-minute pre-trip.
I did
obviously
good.
When you hear this.
And thank God Taylor was in the front seat. But this was probably a good 4 hours of driving and went by. And everything was fine. Coming down a huge Pennsylvania hill, like a steep grade on just a back road. And light at the bottom yellow. So I'm hitting the brakes, and at the bottom now I hit the brakes really hard to fully actually stop, and the hood just goes ba-doop.
And it goes
slow motion. It goes up, and now it's open. And I'm at the red light. Everybody's like, "What the?"
I'm pretty sure if there was a camera on us, we both like dropped our jaws in awe that was happening because it was just slow motion just happening. I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, well, get it. And he's like driving, you know? So I'm like, oh shit. So I hop out, no shoes on. Freaking just socks.
Yeah, she
I think it was cold out too.
Out.
And I was in a freaking tank top and shorts like I always am. And freaking had to latch it back. That was hilarious. Oh, that first load too. You forgot to mention. Well, so we get there. We're late.
Oh, yeah.
So he starts backing in. He doesn't open the doors. He just backs all the way in. Then he gets out, and the guy's like, dude, you gonna open your doors?
I opened the doors, and I went inside, and I sat down, and I lit the cigarette inside, because they were all smoking inside. And I told him, I was like, look, man, sorry, it's my first load. He's like, oh, man, everybody's got to start somewhere. So I just sat down and wasn't paying attention to him, and he was like, I need you to check this freight real quick, man. He's like, you got your straps just sitting on the floor. And it was our first load, and I completely forgot our straps were on the, you know what I'm saying? The straps were on the fucking floor. And all the stuff's back there. So I was like...
We did not know what
it was my first freaking load. And I was like, dude, I am so sorry.
We didn't have an instructor there to show us what
right.
you're supposed to do. So
I've been trucking with my father, and the only thing I knew was on tractor trailer is you go inside, then they give the exchange paperwork, and you leave. You know what I'm saying? That's all I saw him do every once in a while.
I'd never even
I only went inside like once. He was like, you might want to strap it down. I went in there and looked at it. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And I was like, thank God, this guy's being so nice.
Yeah.
So I would have pulled away from the door and went up that hill without it strapped, and strapped it like later, like realizing it when I shut the door and did that post trip or my pre trip for the ride. It probably would have been fucked up. And just stuff, that you think is common sense, but when you're kind of in the moment and it's your first time, you just kind of overlook it stupidly. So we're going to take a break, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And follow Taylor's or our Instagram.
Instagram, and we have Instagram, Facebook, and we have Snapchat. So I'll link all those down in the description.